Have you ever wondered where exactly you can carry your firearm legally? As we navigate our daily lives, this question may surface more often than we'd think. From our favorite fast food joints to the local barbershop, from serene state parks to bustling city centres, the question of where we can and cannot legally carry a firearm is both pertinent and pressing. This is not just about adhering to the law, but also about understanding our rights, our responsibilities and the nuances that come with gun ownership. In this video, we aim to shed light on these areas. We'll be exploring a wide range of scenarios and places, such as adult entertainment venues, public demonstrations, senior living facilities, and even private residences. So, whether you're a seasoned gun owner or someone who's just received their concealed pistol license, this discussion is for you. So buckle up, because we're about to dive deep into the world of firearms legislation. Stay tuned to find out the answers to these frequently asked questions. Can you carry in a homeless shelter or social services agency? This is a question that often arises in the context of concealed carry laws. The answer can be complex, as it depends on specific location and jurisdiction. In many states, carrying a firearm in such venues is prohibited to ensure the safety of vulnerable populations. Some social service agencies, especially those dealing with mental health, substance abuse or violence, may have additional rules to prevent potential dangers. On the other hand, some states allow carrying in these venues, but only with a valid concealed carry permit. It's essential to understand that these are general guidelines, and the actual law can vary greatly. So if you're considering carrying in these locations, it's crucial to familiarize yourself with the specific laws and regulations of your state and the policies of the establishment. Remember, always check the specific rules of the establishment and local laws. What about nightclubs, adult entertainment venues, or movie theaters? Can you carry there? Such a question is not far from the minds of many concealed pistol license holders. Let's delve into the matter. In general, many states have laws that prohibit carrying in places where alcohol is served. This includes nightclubs and adult entertainment venues. However, the laws can vary greatly from state to state, and in some cases from city to city. It's essential to familiarize yourself with the local laws and regulations to avoid any misunderstandings or legal issues. When it comes to movie theaters, some might have policies that prohibit firearms on their premises, while others may not. It's always a good idea to check the venue's policy before you go. Regardless of the location, remember that private property rights often supersede carry rights. Always respect the rules of the venue and local laws. Pawn shops, firearm stores, fast food restaurants, barbershops or salons, can you carry there? Well, when it comes to commercial establishments, it can feel like a bit of a minefield, but let's break it down. Pawn shops and firearm stores, as you might expect, generally have specific rules about carrying firearms, and they are usually clearly displayed. Fast food restaurants, on the other hand, may not have explicit rules, but it's always best to err on the side of caution and respect the establishment's policies. The same goes for barbershops and salons. Though they may not feel like the most obvious places to carry, they are still public spaces, and the same principles apply. In short, the rules can differ greatly from business to business. It's always best to check with the establishment or look for posted signage. Remember, carrying a firearm comes with the responsibility of respecting the rules of the places you visit. No matter where you are, it's crucial to follow the establishment's rules and local laws. What about public swimming pools, recreation areas, public parking structures or garages, you ask? Well, the answer isn't always as straightforward as one might hope. For places like public swimming pools and recreation areas, the decision to permit firearms often rests with the local government or the entity that manages the property. Some may have explicit rules against carrying firearms, while others may not. Public parking structures or garages, on the other hand, are generally considered public property, and carrying a firearm in these areas is typically allowed, provided you possess a valid carry license. However, if the property is privately owned, the owner's rules apply. As always, it's essential to familiarize yourself with the specific laws and regulations in your area. Some cities or states may have their own restrictions that supersede general guidelines. Remember, public or private, it's important to respect the rules and laws. Can you carry in a taxi, rideshare vehicle, or public transportation station? Let's take a ride into the world of transit. As you may know, laws regarding carrying firearms in transit can vary greatly depending on the location and the type of transit. In general, many taxi and rideshare companies have policies that prohibit both drivers and passengers from carrying firearms. However, this is not a universal rule, and it's crucial to check with the specific service beforehand. In terms of public transportation, the rules can be even more complex. Some cities and states have laws that expressly forbid carrying on public transportation, while others may not. Remember, ignorance of the law is not a defense. It's your responsibility to know and understand the rules before you board that bus, train, or subway car. Even if you're legally allowed to carry, it's also important to consider the comfort and safety of your fellow passengers. Always respect the rules of the transit service and local laws. Or what about senior living facilities, nursing homes, private residences, or hotel rooms? This question is a pertinent one, especially for those who are regular carriers of firearms. The legalities surrounding these environments can be a bit complex. In many regions, senior living facilities and nursing homes have the right to set their own policies regarding firearms. This means you might find yourself in a position where carrying is not permitted, even if you have a concealed pistol license. Similarly, private residences fall under the jurisdiction of the homeowner. If you're visiting someone else's home, it's considered good etiquette and often a legal requirement to seek their permission before bringing a firearm onto their property. As for hotel rooms, it's a mixed bag. Some hotels allow guests to carry firearms, while others strictly prohibit them. You're strongly advised to check the hotel's policy before booking. Remember, respect for private property, rules of the establishment, and local laws is paramount. Can you carry while hiking, camping in state parks, or in a private campground or RV park? Well, let's delve into that. First, we have hiking. In most places, hiking with a firearm is allowed, provided you have the necessary permits. However, it's essential to know the regulations of the area where you will be hiking. Next, we have camping in state parks. The rules can vary from state to state. Some states allow firearms in campgrounds while others do not. It's always imperative to check the specific regulations of the state park you'll be visiting. Lastly, in private campgrounds or RV parks, the rules are set by the campground owners. Some may allow firearms, while others may not. In all these situations, the golden rule is to research and respect the regulations of the area you are in. Enjoy the outdoors, but always remember to follow the rules and laws. See, can you carry in a state government office, facility, private school, daycare center, or college campuses? This is the question that often triggers a lot of curiosity and concern among gun owners. In most jurisdictions, carrying a firearm into a government building or office is strictly prohibited unless you're a law enforcement officer or authorized security personnel. This is due to the sensitive nature of these places. When it comes to educational institutions, the rules can be quite convoluted. Private schools and daycare centers usually have strict no-gun policies in place. College campuses? Well, that's a mixed bag. Some permit concealed carry while others do not. It is always critical to research the specific rules of the institution in question. In conclusion, it is crucial to remember that laws and regulations vary greatly. Always ensure you're informed about the law and respect it. Remember, respect for rules and laws is key when carrying. What about community centers, private clubs, organizations, or a church-sponsored event? A question that's likely crossed your mind. Well, when it comes to carrying in these places, the rules can vary. In general, private organizations and clubs have the right to set their own policies regarding firearms on their premises. Whether it's a book club, a church group, or a Rotary club, the leaders usually have a say. Therefore, it's always a good idea to ask or look for posted policies before you decide to carry. Community centers and recreational facilities, on the other hand, are typically under local government control. The rules can be different from one municipality to another. So, it's crucial to familiarize yourself with local laws and regulations. And what about carrying at a church-sponsored event? It largely depends on the location of the event and the rules set by the church itself. Remember, Community respect goes hand in hand with following the rules and laws. We have covered a lot today, haven't we? We've delved into the intricacies of carrying a firearm in various locations and situations, highlighting the significance of understanding the legalities involved. This knowledge isn't just for trivia nights, it's crucial for responsible gun ownership. In social services venues, entertainment locations and commercial establishments, we explored the complexities of carrying a firearm. While it may seem straightforward, each venue has its own set of rules and laws, and it's essential to be aware of these before you decide to carry. We also touched on carrying in public areas, from fast food restaurants to public parking structures. Again, the key takeaway is that rules can vary, and it's up to you to stay informed. The same goes for transit situations, such as taxis or rideshare vehicles, where the rules may differ depending on the provider's policies or local laws. Residential and care facilities pose their own unique challenges. Whether it's a senior living facility, nursing home, or even a private residence, the rights of the property owner and the rights of the individual can sometimes clash, making it all the more important to know your legal standing. We also ventured into the great outdoors, discussing the rules for carrying while hiking or camping in state parks, and even touched on the potential complexities of carrying in a movie theatre or concert venue. The discussion about government and educational facilities highlighted the strict regulations often in place in these settings. From state government offices to private schools, knowing the law is of the utmost importance. Lastly, we considered community centres, clubs, organisations, and even correctional facilities. While the rules can be complex, a good rule of thumb is to always check the specific regulations of the place you're planning to visit. In conclusion, understanding the legalities of carrying a firearm in different places is not just about compliance. It's about respect for the rules and laws that govern our society. It's about exercising your rights responsibly. Remember, knowledge is power, and respecting rules and laws is the responsible way to exercise that power.